All right, all right, all right. What's going down? What's going down? We're gonna get started here in a minute. Let's see who jumps in, who comes in the room here real quick. We're on TikTok today. We got to talk, man. America versus American. Is there a difference? What's the difference? Right? What is the difference? America versus American, right? So join us in patriotism versus America, right? America versus American, right? Or patriotism versus America hate, right? Understanding the divide as we dive into the complex relationship between love and criticism of our nation, right? We're going to explore the delicate balances of patriotism and the growing, sense of dissatisfaction, right? We're going to talk about it. If you guys can hear me, go ahead and put a 1 in the chat room if you can hear me, man. We about to get into it, man. I want to talk about America versus American differences, man, because a lot of people don't understand the differences, right? A lot of people think they are America, right? You think you're America, but you are American, okay? Got to understand the difference, you know? If you're not part of the government, if you're not part of the establishment, if you're not these corporations that run America, if you're not the shot caller of America, then you're not America, right? You're just an American. And that's what we're talking about, you know? Let me see if I can put a poll up, man. I wanna try to, hopefully I don't mess things up here, but I want to see if I can put a poll up. See if I can add the source. See if I can add a source here. America versus American. Who are you, man? Are you America? When you hear people from other countries who criticize us, who don't like us, are they talking about the people of America or are they talking about America, the establishment, right? Uh, the politics, the foreign policy, uh, the man behind the wizard. They're talking about the Wizard of Oz, right? They're talking about the man behind the curtain, right? That's what they're talking about. So let me see. Add a text to the screen. Okay, let's do that. Let's do that. Add a text to the screen, and let me put in what I want to put in real quick. Just bear with me because we're about to get into it. America versus American. Who are you? Are you America or are you American? Right? And what's going on with all these protests going on with all this American hate, or is it America hate? I want to dive into it, man, because words mean something, man. A lot of people don't use the right word. So, are you America or are you an American? I guess I should put some capitals in there. Bear with me. I'm just trying to put a text on the board for you guys to understand the premise, man, because a lot of y'all don't understand the premise, right? A lot of y'all are defending America and you're not defending the American. Okay? That's what I want to talk about. And I want y'all to know the difference. So let's see if I can add this to it. Are you America or are you American? And what is the difference? And what is the difference? What is the difference? That's a question. That's a question. All right, let's see. Let's see what happens. We're gonna try to add this to the source. Oh, that's way too big. Okay, let's put it right there for right now. For all the new viewers in there. Are you America? Do you represent America, or are you an American? All right. I want to talk about, patriotism a little bit. You know, there's nothing wrong with being patriotic towards your country, right? We live in a unique situation in America, man. We got we have the American flag, and then if you're on the Hispanic side, you might fly the Mexican flag, right? If you're from Africa, you're African American, you might fly your Nigerian flag or your Ghana flag or your Kenyan flag or whatever you're from. Or if you're from the Jamaica, you're from the Caribbean, you might fly that flag out here and still be a proud American, right? But you're also proud that your roots and your ties are tied into whatever country you're from. You know, I want to talk about this topic, man, because a lot of people don't understand the difference between, you know, they, you know, they're defend. If you're, if I'm going to defend anything, I'm going to defend the American, right? America it has to defend itself. America has to stand up and be accountable for what America does, right? But the average everyday American is not America. We don't have they don't have no say so what goes on in foreign policy and what happens in other countries. They have no America decides that, right? The government. It's the government. It's the government. The government is not necessarily its people. The people may not necessarily represent the government, and the government may not necessarily represent its people. That's what I'm trying to get at. That's the premise I'm trying to talk about today. Because a lot of people you know, are wondering what's going on with all these protests, right? What's going on overseas? What's going on in Ukraine? What's going on in Palestine and Israel? What's going on with that, right? Now, I'm not here to talk about that, get into it, but I just want to share some insight with you guys, man. Okay? I just want to share some insight with you guys, right? So, this is a very tense topic for some, right? Especially if you're Anglo-Saxon, if you might be a white person here in America, you might feel some type of way about what the things I'm about to say. But I want you to understand first and foremost, I'm an American. Okay, I was born here. My family's been here for over 400 years. Okay, we helped start this this country off. We were the we were the builders. We were the original stone makers, right? We did a lot. We worked for free, okay, for no payment. Not me personally, my ancestors, right? Right. But my whatever tie I may have had to the motherland or the continent, it's not there. You know, skin folk ain't necessary kinfolk, and this is not to diss or degrade anybody from the motherland, the continent, Africa. I love y'all. I want to rock with y'all. Whatever. We good. But I'm an American. I happen to be dark skinned. Let me go ahead and knock that out real quick. Give me a second, man. I don't want people calling me while I'm in the middle of a show. So let me just type in this show real quick. Doing a show. All right, and then we're gonna do it like that. So America versus American, man. America, passes laws. We have a Senate. We have the House of Representatives, right? We have judges. We have president. We have a VP. Uh, we have government structure. That's America, right? They make policy, and then you have the states, right? The separate states. We're America, but we're the United States of America, right? The United States. So we have 50 states, 51 states, right? So each state is governed. Each state governs itself. Each state has its own laws and policies. There's federal law, and then there's state law. But who are the people, right? Who are the people, right? Why are some patriotic and some not? Is there a divide between the people in America? You know, it's very interesting to me how um, Venezuelans can revolt, right? And they come together and the people march and they're united. They're united because they want to see change. So they come together as a people, as a Venezuelan people against Venezuela, the government. You have protests going on in France where you have French people, the Frenchmen, the French people, and they're rising up to voice their opinion against the France, the government. Now, are is the French men France? Is France the Frenchmen? Do they share the same values? You know, everybody runs their family different, right? I may run my family different from your family, so my views, my political views or my view or understanding of what's going on may be different from yours. But I'm still an American, right? I'm still an American. I just have a different viewpoint than maybe my next door neighbor. So that's already like how can we all, the Bible says how can two walk together unless they agree? There's a lot of divide here in America. I mean, there's a lot of nuances we can talk about. I mean, we could talk about race. We could talk about racism, right? We could talk about bigotry, stereotypes, all those things, right? We could talk about uh, just a bunch of things, a bunch of topics we can just discuss and talk about that deals with America. And the question is, again, it's always going to be, are you America or are you American? Which one are you? Which one are you a patriot for? Are you a patriot for the America, right? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America. Or are you saying, hey man, I'm rocking with my brother. We are Americans and we are one. We are one voice. And I represent us. Or we represent our government. Now, I'm not here uh to I'm not here to just bash too much. I'm not here to cause too much divide, but I want to but I want to help you think. I'm here. I guess what I'm doing here today is I want you guys to think. I want you guys to use your brain. I want you guys to understand for a minute what's going on and what's at stake. Okay? America has a checkered past. American, we are part of that checkered past. How about that? The American people are part of that checkered past. My ancestors, your ancestors who are from, white, black, Hispanic, Native American, we're all part of this past, right? Our ancestors are part of this past, this checkered past of America. Whether it's good, bad, whether you feel good, bad, or indifferent, I mean, we're part of the growing pains of America. We're part of that. We're part of that struggle. We're part of that struggle. We're part of those growing pains, right? America versus American, the people. That's what we're talking about, man. It's crazy to me how Americans have such different views of their country. We got Republicans, we got Democrats, we got Independents, we got Green Party, we got Tea Parties. It's crazy. We have all these different realities, and social media just helps play into that, right? Social media just comes in and throws some gasoline on the fire and stokes it up even higher. Stokes it up even higher, right? That's what that's what the American media and social media does. It just brings more gasoline to the fire to stoke it, to keep it going, right? Keep the divide and conquer mentality going. Because a lot of people are walking around thinking they're America. Let me tell you something, man. You're gonna find out real quick if you're part of if you're part of the establishment or you're part of the movement. You'll know if you're part of the establishment or if you're part of the grassroots. You know. You know. You already know which one you are, or you should know. But let me explain something to you. First of all, if you were born in America, you're born in America, and you are an American, and you went to school in the American system, you're already been programmed. You're already a part of the propaganda. You're already part of you're already a part of the establishment, whether you know it or not. Right? You're already a part of the American system, right? Because the American school system was introduced here just so we can create more employees. American school system is not here to make you smart, intelligent, business owner, critical thinker, all these things. No, it's meant for you to become the best employee you can become. So the system can use you, or the America can use you as a battery. You're a battery. Think about that for a minute. A lot of people, I'm an American. I'm a proud American, right? I'm black first, and I'm America first. I'm both, right? I'm a foundational black American. A lot of people don't like that term, but that's really who I am. I was born here. My ancestors was here before, 400 years. We went throh chattel slavery. Okay, my ancestors, helped build this country for no money. Worked till the bone peeled off their back. You can't tell me I'm not an American. Okay, you know, I remember when the whole thing when Donald Trump was like, "Make America great again." Make America great again. Eh, great for who? That's what some Americans were saying. Because we're all, just because we have a different shade, different color, doesn't mean we're not an American. I was born here. My ancestors been here for over 400 years. Okay, I'm an American. I'm as American as apple pie. I'm more American than a lot of these white folks. No offense. I'm an American. I believe in this country. I want to see this country prosper. I want to see this country do well. I don't want to see nothing come and harm the people of America. Right? I'm an American. I love Americans. Right? I love us as a whole. Right? I love the innovator spirit. I love the inventions that come from here. I love the people. I love the entrepreneurial spirit. I like the capitalism that we have. I believe in capitalism. It's about, you got to put some checks and balances on it, but you got to have it because we need competitive people in order to move forward. So I'm for America, to a sense, right? I'm for America becoming great, for everybody, for becoming great for Americans, not just for one class of people, but for all people, right? And I'm not running for president, by the way. This is not a presidential speech or anything like that. This is just an American talking to other Americans out there, right? I'm for all. I want us all to rise, and I believe there's enough money out there for everybody. You know, I believe there's enough happiness out there for everybody. You know, I believe in America. I'm an American. I believe in what the country stands for or did stand for, right? But I'm not for the foolery. I'm not for the divide, right? I'm not for what I see. Let me just be critical. I'm not happy with America. And if a lot of people being honest, they're not happy with America, right? The way it's going, the way it's been going, the current leadership that we have in office, we're not happy. We're not happy. We're not happy to go to the. We're not happy to pay $5 for bread and $5 for eggs and $5 for gas. We're not happy about that. We're not happy about this inflation that's going on. We're not happy about that. How can you be? We're Americans. We work hard for our money. We don't want to see our money dissipate, just float through our fingers. We don't want to see that. We want to see our money We want to see, we don't want to be overtaxed. We want to be taxed just enough for the country to run. You know, uh, whether you're Democrat or Republican. Let's be real, man. We don't want government all up in our business. We want government to regulate businesses, but we don't want government up in our business. We want to be able to do what we need to do, how we want to do it, with little as government as possible. Because let's be real, the American people, we can work it out. I know y'all remember the ferry boat incident, right? Remember the ferry boat incident, right? I thought that was a good showcase of Americans coming together. You know, yep, one group got mollywopped, but it wasn't because of color, right? It was because they was in the wrong. So if you're in the wrong in America, we get to mollywop you. And that's what happened. They got mollywopped, and I thought the police did a fantastic job of the whole situation. Now, I understand some people end up getting charges because hey, you're not just gonna beat people over the head with a chair, and you're not just gonna just go wild and reckless and crazy. I mean, listen, let's not try to delete each other. Okay, let's get our scrap on, and then dust each other off. Man, you all right? All right, man. Hey, you know, don't do it again. But you cool. That's American. I like that. You know, all this other stuff though. All this other stuff that goes with it, I don't like. I'm sure if you're an American, you like football. We love our sports, right? We love our football, our basketball, our baseball, our soccer. We like our sports. Track and field, Olympics. We want to compete. We want to represent our country well, right? And for the most part, in the physical aspects of the Olympics, we do, man. America, right? Right? The Americans represent America. We come back with the gold, baby. We're used to winning, right? We're used to taking this to another level. Now I'm still talking about, are you an America or are you an American, right? Because a lot of people don't understand the two. A lot of people don't know how to differentiate the two. A lot of people think that, let's be real. I'm just going to get into it, man. I'm just going to really get into it. There are people out there who believe that that uh, that we have Americans who don't like America. There are people out there who believe that there are Americans who want to harm America or harm Americans. Let's be real. No. They don't want to. There are people who believe that Americans want to harm Americans. There are people out there who believe that there are Americans who want to see the destruction of America and the way of life for the people. So these people who are critical of America, right? There are people out there who believe that they want to see the destruction of it. And I want to tell you, that's dangerous to think like that. That's dangerous to think like that. We should be allowed to hold our country, hold America accountable, right? We should be allowed to hold America and be critical of some of its policies, right? Some of its foreign policies even. But we should be allowed to be critical of our country and still be in love with it. We should be allowed to chastise our children and still be in love with our children, right? We should be allowed to be critical of our wife or our husband and still be in love with our wife or our husband, right? We should be allowed to criticize or be critical of the people and hold them accountable to the highest standard and still love them, because love is correction, right? That's what real love is. Love is correction. If I don't correct you, that means I don't love you. If I let you become a degenerate, that means I don't care about you. If I let you become a no good nothing for society, then that means I don't love you. A lot of you parents don't love your kids. You say with your mouth, but with your actions, you act like you hate them. A lot of you mothers out there who claim you love your children, right? Who love you. A lot of you single mothers, let me get on y'all. A lot of you single mothers who claim you love your children, are you really doing what is best for the child? I'm allowed to be critical of America because I'm an American. I'm allowed to be critical of other Americans even because we are Americans, right? I want to hold you to the same standard I hold myself. I want to hold you to the same standard that I hold the government. I want to hold you accountable. Are you doing what's necessary? Are you doing what's right? Are you? Do you love this country or do you hate it? Do you love this country with your lips, but with your actions, you really hate it? Or do you love your country with action and with your lips? Which one is it? You know, a lot of times patriotism is looked at as racism, you know? There are a lot of people out there who believe every time they see an American flag in someone's yard, oh, they must be a racist or they must be a Republican or blah, 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 whatever. There's a lot of people who have funny thoughts in their head, right? Funny thoughts in their head. There's a lot of people who believe that the people of color here in America are here to destroy America. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that? Think about that. There are a lot of people, there are people in America, there are Americans who believe that the people of color mean America or Americans harm. And I want to say that's not true. If you believe like that, let me tell you something, man. Let me tell you something. If there's anybody that means bad for America or Americans, if there's anybody who means bad for Americans, I would say we have to look at some of the people in power in our government. I don't say we got to look there. I say we have to look directly at America. Is America trying to destroy America? Never thought of it that way. Is America really for the people, the Americans? Think about that. Is America for Americans? Is America for only a certain group of people, a certain class of people, a certain color of people? Let's talk about it. Who is this America for? Is it only for a specific class or a specific color? Or is America for Americans? And are you America or are you American? You got to ask yourself that. Let's be real. Let's be honest. Who do you believe in? What do you believe? Do you have these funny thoughts, right? That I don't know. What funny, let me tell you a funny thought, man. I was talking to a good buddy of mine. Good buddy of mine. We always talk. We have differences, I don't care, that what color you are. I allow you to vent and voice your feelings and how you feel about certain things, right? But I have a friend, man, good buddy of mine, man. Just I hate that he thinks this way, but I can't change his thoughts, right? And this might be a lot of people. A lot of people might feel like him, right? So I don't want to discount how he feels, right? But I want to talk about this, man, because this is like ridiculous, man. Americans need to come together. And if we don't like what America is doing, then we got to come together as a people and do something about it. It's in our Constitution. It says we're allowed. We're allowed. We're allowed to be critical of our country and make changes. You know, America should not be independent of Americans, right? We should have a say so. We should have a mutual partnership where we work together to grow this country, right? It shouldn't be the establishment versus the people, right? It shouldn't be that way. There shouldn't be that divide, but there is. There is a divide. There is. There is. You see what's going on with the left and the right, the radical left, the radical right. You see what's going on. You see the stuff that they're pushing down our kids' throat, right? If you man, I feel bad. I feel bad for anybody who puts their children in public school from preschool all the way up to 12. I feel bad. I feel bad because right now, America is damaging our kids. Just flat out destroying our kids. They're not. They're not as smart as they should be. Just keeping it real. Just keeping it real. Just keeping it 100. You don't have to like it, but do some research. Find out what's going on. Find out that our system, our educational system, is meant to make employees. Why do you think most people are employees and very few people are business owners? Because it's not meant to create entrepreneurs. We don't even have an entrepreneurial system. Matter of fact, if you want to become an entrepreneur, you have to go off the beaten path. You don't necessarily go to college to become an entrepreneur. You get mentored by someone who is an entrepreneur. That's how you become an entrepreneur. It's like if you want to be an electrician, you got to get mentored by an electrician. You know, if you want to be an elevator repair, you got to get mentored by somebody in elevator repair. There's not necessarily a track in school that you can say, hey, I want to be an elevator repairman. I don't see that option in school, do you? And by the way, elevator repairmen make bank. They exist. I think there's like, if I'm not mistaken, there could be more now, but if I'm not mistaken, there's only 2 elevator repair companies in the whole country. So go figure with that. But I'm asking a sincere question, you guys, man. Are you for America or are you for the Americans, the people? I'm not a fan of France, right? Y'all know what's going on over there in France. A lot of African countries got them up out of there. Get up out of there, right? They're mad that France is siphoning all that natural resources and they're paying billions and billions of dollars to France, helping their economy. They're saying that France can't even live without Africa. Their economy can't do anything unless it continues to siphon money from Africa. And the Africans are bold now. They're like, man, we're done with that. We're done with that. We saw what y'all did to Sierra Leone, right? We saw how y'all, when Sierra Leone wanted their independence, and y'all just dropped the cement on all the things that y'all built out there and just destroyed their water system. And we okay, y'all did that. Now, I'm not necessarily a fan of the of France, but I don't have nothing against the people of France. That's what if that's what I'm trying to do. I know how to separate the government from the people. The people, they don't know what's going on. The government just doing what it thinks it's supposed to do, right? They're making the decision. They're saying this is what's best for our people. We have to do this. That's what they're saying. So same thing here in America. I'm not necessarily happy with what our government is doing and what our government's going through, what our government is pushing down our kids. I'm not necessarily happy with the feminism, the the I don't want to say too much stuff here on TikTok, man, but y'all know what I'm talking about. If y'all feel me, y'all feel me. If you don't, you don't, you know. If you understand where I'm coming from, you understand, what's understood doesn't necessarily need to be said. How about that? Let me just let the cat out the bag. I'm a conservative. I'm a conservative black man. I have conservative views. Let me just say it like that. What's understood doesn't need to be said. So I'm not necessarily happy with everything that's going on in the country. I love the people. Some of our people are some Americans are idiots. Let's be real. Y'all don't read. Y'all don't research. Y'all get all your information from the news and take it like it's the gospel, and then y'all find out that, hey, the news is fake. Fake news, fake media. We know about that, right? Deep state. We've been taken over. We're trying to get our country back as we speak. We're trying to do it the right way and vote, right? We're trying to vote these people up out of there and put the right people up in. We don't, we don't want election fraud or anything like that. We don't want to know that our system has been tampered with, right? Whether we believe it or not, whether we know it or not, whether it happened or not, we don't, it. Once you say it, it's too late. You can't take it back. Once you talk about the election's been tampered with, now that's the first thing on our mind. Is my vote going to count? A lot of people, a lot of black people, a lot of foundational black Americans, we don't necessarily believe in voting because we don't feel like our vote counts when it does. Let me go ahead and put my pitch in. Vote, 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 vote. Vote your conscience. How about that? That's all I ask. Vote your conscience. Don't vote what your grandma say. Don't vote how you've always voted in the past. Vote your conscience. Make some changes. That's what I say. Are you America or are you American? Are you a proud American? I know I am. I'm proud. I'm proud to be an American. I'm proud. That's who I am, man. I'm proud. I get, when I travel overseas, I reap some of the benefits of being an American citizen, right? A part of the country of America. I love it. I love it. No other way to travel with that American passport. No other way to travel. It's the best. It's like having a gold card, platinum card. That's what it is. But there's so much divide here, man, in this country. So much divide going on. So much. So much. So many crazy thoughts, man. So many crazy thoughts, man. I was talking to my buddy, man. Good dude of mine, white dude. I'm, I like white people are nice people. I like to say that. White people are nice people. They are. They're nice people. But some of them have funny thoughts. Some of them can be your friend, and they have funny thoughts, crazy thoughts, and they believe them, and they take it back. They take these thoughts back to their community, right? I'll often talk about words meaning something. There's bigots, and then there's racism, right? Bigots, and then there's racism. There's racist, and then there's bigotry, right? Now, let's be real, bigots probably make up the army of racists, right? You got to be a little bigoted to be a racist, right? But that don't mean that they're mutually exclusive. That don't mean everything is racism or racist. A lot of things are bigots or bigotry, right? There's a difference. Just like there's a difference between America, the system, the engine, the matrix, and American, the civilian, the average American, the hardworking American, the family man. Are you America or are you American? Which one are you defending? Which one are you sticking up for? Are you sticking up for America or are you sticking up for the Americans, the people? What matters more, the government or the people? Who's more important, the people or the government, the establishment, right? Is it more important to uphold the matrix or to uphold American values? I understand American values. What are the American values? Now back to this funny stuff, man, that a lot of people think. I don't know. I don't know what you think, what dominates your mind, but I know. Let me say this: not all black people are monolithic in our belief or thoughts. Maybe we should be, but we're not. So just because I'm saying one thing doesn't mean Pookie and Ray Ray believe the same thing, right? or John or James or Johnsons or Maxie or Jenkins. That don't mean that that don't mean our families are run the same. Just like all white people don't think the same. There's some similarities. There's some ideologies that are like, but everybody's an individual, is what I'm trying to say. But there's some things that can be damaging to the community, damaging to America and its whole, and I don't like it, man. I don't like to see people think that, you know, certain groups of people are here to secretly destroy uh, America. I don't like that. And I don't like the fact that there are some people who believe, and this is a stupid belief. If you believe this, I'm just going to call you stupid. Forgive me. All right. But I believe you're stupid if you believe this, what I'm about to say. If you believe that black people want to see America, the country, or American people, right? Uh, we want to get back because of some slavery, some Jim Crow, that we have animosity towards any other race, that we want to, you that's ludicrous. You can't prove that that's true. I challenge you to prove it. If you believe that, because in the look at the heightenedness of what's going on today. We got Hamas, we got Israel, we got all these things going up, all these tokens. They're like, oh, they hate us, they hate us. Do they hate you, or do they hate the government? Well, if they hate the government, they must hate us. No, 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 that's not true. I think we have to hold our government, I think we have to hold America accountable for the atrocities that they've done, the things that they started. But I think the American people are good people. Americans are good. And I'm not saying America is bad, but let me say it's made a lot of bad decisions lately. And it's showing up, it's blowing up in our face. We got the wrong, I mean, I'm very critical of our current president. It is what it is. I'm very critical, you know. It is what it is. It is what it is. I'm very critical of the direction he's taking us. You might have a different belief. You might not be as, but I'm critical. I'm critical. I don't like the way the direction this country is going in, and we need to change. I think when Trump ran on the flag "Make America Great Again," I think he didn't include. I don't think that was an inclusive statement, because some people might beg to differ, but some people might say, when was America great for who? What time period was America great? Was it during Jim Crow? Was it during slavery? Was it during Reagan? Was it during Truman or Nixon? Which time period was America great? And for what group of people was it great for? And I think it's okay to be critical and ask those questions and say those things, right? When was America great for the foundation of Black Americans, for immigrants? When was it great? When was it great for American people as a whole? Let's start there. You let me know. Because if one of us is sick, we're all sick, because we're Americans. We're one. We're multicolor, but we're one. Dark skin, brown skin, light skin, white, yellow. We're one. We have Asian Americans. We have African Americans. We have foundational Black Americans. We have Caribbean Americans. We have, you know, we have all these. We have Irish Americans. We have all these we're Americans at the end of the day. We're Americans. I'm an American, and some of you are watching me. If you're in the United States and you're born here, you're an American. You know, some people are critical, like, why do we have all these different flags? I'm one of those people. I'm like, hey, I'm an American. I don't have another flag. First of all, I'm a foundational Black American. I don't have another flag to fly but America. How about that? There's nowhere you can send me that I belong. I belong here, right? I belong here in this country where that my ancestors built. I'm not going nowhere. You can't kick me. You can't tell me I don't. You can't tell me go back to Africa. You can't tell me that. I'm an American. Just like I can't tell you go back to wherever you came from. If you're born here, your family been here for generations, you're an American now. You wouldn't even whatever country you ethnic or that you probably come from, you probably wouldn't even fit in. You're too much American now. You belong here. Just a lot of things, man. I just want to talk to you about a lot of things. This is more of a rant a little bit too, but I'm trying to be concise. I'm trying to nail this thing home for you guys, man. What does it mean to be a patriot, right? What does it mean to be a patriot? Is it good to be a patriot? And what are you a patriot to? Are you a patriot to America or are you a patriot for the Americans? That's what I want to know. Because I'm critical of both. I want to hold both to a high standard. I want to put someone in office that's not going to represent just one people, but represent us all inclusive. I want to put someone in office who's going to right the wrongs of the past so we can move forward. And again, this is not a political speech on who to vote for, things like that, right? I'm just telling you, we're just having a conversation. I'm an American to an American. Are you America or are you American? And what is the difference? We hear, oh, these certain group of people, they hate America. Okay, but do they hate the Americans though? Why is it? Why do they hate America? Did America do something to them to make them hate us, or are we just hate it because we're that good? That's what you got to ask yourself. I mean, we got to use some common sense. Did we do anything to someone else? Not me, not you personally, the American citizen, right? Because we didn't do anything. But did America do something to another country or another people that caused them to have all this vitriol and hate for us? That's what you got to ask yourself. Thank you for following me, Margie. Appreciate you. That's what you got to ask yourself. Are you America? Excuse me, sorry about that. Are you America or are you American? Now, of course, we live in America, the United States of America, and of course, we are American. But can we be critical toward the country we live in? Are we allowed to be? Or is that seen as unpatriotism because we are critical towards the country that we love, that we're from, and we want to hold it to the highest standard? I don't want weak leaders in office. I want strong leaders. I don't want a weak leader leading a company. I want a strong leadership leading a company. I don't want weak leader leading a country. I want strong leaders leading a country. I don't think let me tell you something. I'm not happy. You know, if you feel I don't want to be a victim. I don't want anyone to feel like a victim. Let me say that again. I don't want to be a victim, and I don't want anyone to feel like they're the victim. I don't like the victim mentality that's running rampant here in America. That's been running rampant in a lot of Americans. I don't like it. I don't like it. Empower yourself. Don't be a victim. Empower yourself. Don't be a victim. It's okay to be critical of our government and still love our country and still love the people. You're not unpatriotic if you kneel for the national anthem. Let's let's get that out the way. Let's bring back our boy Kaepernick. He's not unpatriotic. Now, whether we feel like the left or whoever somebody was using him, maybe. But the act is not unpatriotic. It's not unpatriotic to put your fist up and go like this in solidarity with your brothers in protest against racism here in this country, prejudices here in this country, right? We have to acknowledge it, man. Let me tell you something. There's a lot more racism inside America than there is outside America. I'll tell you that. Now there are certain countries that that are probably got us beat, but we got our problems here in America. We got our problems here as Americans. As Americans, we can fix the problem. As Americans, we need to hold our government and its Congress and its Senate and its House of Representatives. We need to hold them accountable for the way that they're steering this ship. If we don't like our president, we need to vote him up out of there. If we don't like the job he's doing, let's get the right person in there for the job. I'm even like, man, let's impeach. If you're really not doing what we need you to do, get him up out of there early. Get him up out of there. But the question is, are you America or are you American? America versus the American. The Matrix versus the average ordinary NPC. Average ordinary player. Average ordinary person. So many diverse opinions, right? So many diverse opinions. So many. So many people believe stupid things, right? It's not even realistic. It's not even based in reality. It's just based in fear, doubt, and unbelief. You can't operate in fear, you can't operate in doubt, and you can't operate in unbelief. If you operate in any of those three things, you're delusional already. I gotta turn this on. Warming up in here. So you might hear a little fan. That's me turning on the heater to get some warmth. Cause I got this ceiling fan on, and I gotta have it on. But at the same time, I gotta be warm too. But yeah, man. I mean, a lot of people don't understand that words mean something. You got to start using the right words. In America, we're quick to call other Americans racist. You're a racist. You're a racist. You're a racist. You're this. You're that. And maybe they're just a bigot. You know, to me, and if we look at the definition of racism and racist, you got to have power to be a racist, right? You got to be a group. You got to have real power. You know, the moment you become wealthy, that's when you get power, right? So I'm not saying all wealthy people that wealthy people are racist, but I'm just saying that would if you have someone that can affect your money, your job, your livelihood, right? If they can affect where you live, whether you live or be deleted, if they can affect, then they got power, and they can exercise racism or racist ideas on you. But if you're just a chump on the street and you slip up and you say the N word, or you say some crazy outlandish stuff that's hurtful or disrespectful to a group of people, uh, you're just a bigot. You don't have any power. I could whoop you and you might be able to whoop me. That's about it. But you can't affect my job by what you think. You can't affect my livelihood or my money by what you think, right? Now you can now maybe if you get together in a group and as a group y'all then you're gaining some power, and then you can go from bigotry to racist or racism, right? But you can be a bigot and not be racist, and you could be a racist but not necessarily a bigot, if that makes sense. It's not mutually exclusive. We got to stop just throwing out terms like the media does to get everybody up in a frenzy. Matter of fact, you probably need to turn the TV off a little bit, pick up a book, or go research something, because you don't know what's going on. You're the blind leading the blind trying to give advice. And why would I ever take advice from you who can't even see? I need people around me who got sight, who have vision, who have common sense, who are witty. Those are the type of people I need around me, who can see things I can't see. Those are the type of movers, shakers. Those are the type of people I want around me. I don't want no chump that believes something, that has some stupid beliefs that that black people want revenge. If you believe that, shame on you. We've never proven that we want revenge on anything. You never seen us do anything that proven that we want revenge for something that happened in the past or to our ancestors. That's not who we are. If anything, we're helping make this country great. We're not hurting this country. We may be hurting ourselves, some of us, hurting the community, but that's it. Let me tell you what. Let me be clear, man. We 𝗖𝗂𝘁 heç𝘂𝗁. Those aren't our. We don't. A lot of black people don't rock with them. That's not good American music that we want to listen to. That we want our kids to be listening to. There's a ratchet culture here in America, and it's coming out through the black culture. And I'll just admit that. I'm not going to get into the conspiracy theories or the hype that the government is using black. I'm not going to do all that. I'm just going to say I don't like it. I don't like how uh, these people try to hijack the hip hop culture and turn it into something it never should have never been. I'm not a fan of 𝗖𝗂𝘁𝘁 or Sexy Red, any of them. I'm not a fan. I don't support their music. I don't go buy it. I don't listen to it. I'm not for anybody that's degrading the culture or my people or America as a whole. Twerking on tables is not good for anybody. Toxic femininity, toxic women is not good for the country at all. We need more women with their clothes on, right? Not walking around trying to seduce men with their clothes off and then saying, "Oh, don't talk to me." We don't need. I'm tired of that garbage stuff, y'all. I'm tired of that. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of this rhetoric that certain people are in our country, are trying. No, 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 no. That's your fear. That's your doubt. That's your unbelief that's driving that. That's your conscience. That's what you're afraid of, but that's not what Americans are about. That's what the America is kind of feeding those subgroups, and there's so much going on, man. We got to get our country back. We got to go. We got to vote. We got to vote, man. We just got to vote, man. We got to vote. Vote your conscience. That's all I have. Vote your conscience. It's not about who you vote for. It's about more about your conscience. Vote your conscience. Whatever your conscience says, that's what you listen to. That's who you listen to. But I say we're gonna have an interesting election. We're gonna have an interesting 2024. Makes to see what happens, what goes on. But I just wanted to touch down with y'all, man. I wanted to tap in, man, and talk to you about some things that are on my heart. We got to find some common ground. That I know. We got to find some common ground in America, man. Stop allowing the media and social media to divide us. Rumors of wars and wars. We can't let that divide the Americans. We got to be united as one. Not by color, right? We got to be one. When Venezuela went to the government, they went as one. They didn't go in separate groups. You might say, well, that's because they're all Venezuelan. Man, we're all American. How about that? We're just multicolored and multicultural. That's who we are. But we're still American. We're still American. We're still American. It's just important that we understand both sides, the patriot and the person who's critical of this country. We can't allow people to come in and hijack and make us think it's something that it's not. Because we got to watch out for government shields and matrix attacks and all. We got to be mindful that that this is the world we live in now. Where the moment you say one thing that's right, you got 10,000 people in your comments to criticize you, right? And you got another few people that are going to praise you and then rock with you. And that's just how it is. You got these bots. I like to call people bots, batteries, that work for the Matrix. Unbeknownst and known. Some of y'all don't even know that y'all working for the Matrix. Some of y'all don't even know that y'all are working for the establishment. I might have to get some water here in a minute. I might do that. I might need to do that. I should have brought some water with me. I don't know why I didn't do that. But anyway, I'm not going to be long-winded on this stream, man, but I'm going to say this, that we got to become one and stop believing crazy thoughts. Stop believing that one person is less American than the other. Less American than the other. One group is less American than the other group. We got to stop this nonsense, man. We got to stop this believing that, I had somebody tell me that, I don't even want to get into it, man. It's just garbage. It's just garbage. Somebody tell me some filth. No receipts. Just make up anything. And then when you hit them with receipts, they call you the internet or the Google. Just, man, listen, man. A lot of the stuff I talk about, man, you can just, if you don't Google it. And if you don't believe in Google, I don't know. Go pick up a book. Go pick up an encyclopedia. Go to Wikipedia. Do some research. I don't care how you do it, but just do it. You're not gonna criticize me and you haven't done the research. How about that? If you don't know what you're talking about, just keep your mouth shut. How about that? I don't want to hear about your feelings that aren't facts. Hit me with some facts, hit me with some data, hit me with some stats. That's it. I don't want to hear your anecdotal. I don't want to hear none of that. I just want to hear facts. I want you to keep it 100 with me. Keep it 100. I don't want to hear about your emotions or how you feel or how you had it rough growing up here. I don't care. Let me tell you something. Nobody cares that you had a hard time. Just get it together already. Make it happen already. I don't want to hear the excuses. I want to know, I want to see the action that leads to getting some things done. That's what I want to see. I don't got time for back and forth notion and conversation and disagreements and arguments. I'm not interested in that. I'm interested in solutions, not problems. I don't magnify my problems. I magnify the solution. You understand? That's what I do. Some of y'all complain and boo-hoo and cry and you know over the smallest things. Over the smallest things. The smallest things. You think, what's small to you might be, what's small to me might be big to you. What's big to you might be small to me. Excuse me. But to me, a lot of things are small. Just is. Just is. A lot of things are small. And you're making a mountain out of a molehill. You're making the problem bigger than what it has to be. We gotta focus, man. We gotta come back. We gotta come back to one. We gotta come back together. We gotta be Americans, and we have to fight against the matrix and government officials and things like that who would hurt or harm our country with their policies. We got to stop the lobbying. We have to do a whole overhaul of this country. And that's why I believe that this election year is so important. Vote your conscience. Vote your conscience. Don't just vote party. Vote your conscience. Use your mind. A mind is a terrible thing to waste. Put it to use. Now I'm not even gonna front, man. I'm kind of tired. I might do a part two to this, just so I can drive the point home. I hope that you guys enjoy what I'm talking about. You know, understand what I'm trying, where I'm getting at here. Uh, are you for America or are you for the Americans? That's what I want to know. It's okay to be critical of our government, but do you love our people? It's okay to be critical of our people, right? But do you love us? Are you critical with malice, or are you critical from zealousness and love and wanting to see our people become great, wanting to see our country become great? I mean, if I was Donald Trump, it wouldn't be "Make America Great Again." I would. How about this? Let's make America great. Period. That should be his new campaign slogan: "Make America Great." Period. I can rock with that. I can even rock with "Make America Great Again." But some people may find offense to that or may not like that slogan because they're going to ask questions like, when was America great? What year? And my standpoint is, hey man, if one of us is if one group of us or one of us is not doing well, we're all not doing well. America won't be as great as it could be until all its people are thriving, all its people are doing well. That's where I'm at on that. I'm a little tired, you guys, man. I've been working all day, so we're gonna end this live, man. But y'all leave me a comment. Are you in America or are you an American, and what's the difference? Are you for America and critical of America? Are you for Americans and critical of America? Or are you for America and critical of Americans? However you want to see it. However you want to see it. But it is what it is, man. I'm gonna go ahead and end this live, man. Hope you guys had a happy Thanksgiving. That was yesterday. Today is Black Friday. Hope you guys are safe. If you're out there shopping or whatever left at the store. You guys are safe at all times. And American culture is becoming trash, and we got to fix it. We got to fix it. That's all I got to say, you guys. Are you an American? Are you for Americans or are you for America? Are you part of the movement or are you part of the establishment? Let me know now. Anyway, you guys, it's been a Too Much Moxie podcast. I am your humble host, Too Much, and we are out. Should I leave yet? Should I just dip up out of here, or should I go a little longer? You let me know. If y'all want me to stay, put a 1 in the comment. If y'all want me to elaborate more on what's going on, or if y'all want me to get off, just let me know. Just let me know. If y'all want me to stay, I'll muster up enough strength to go further. But if not, I might just do a part 2 to this, man. America versus American. What's the difference? Do people hate Americans or do people hate America? And can you be critical of America and still love Americans? That's what I want to know. That's my question, y'all. Leave me your thoughts. Leave me your comments. Always love. Always peace. Too Much Moxie, and we are out. Peace.